home, your friends, your family, and your pets are all okay during these cold temperatures.
No, this isn't a test or a drill. It's snow and some brutally cold temperatures in Las Vegas. It's not something we're necessarily accustomed to, but you should be prepared. And remember people, pets, plants, and pipes. For people, dress warmly if going outside, even for just a short time. Make sure all surfaces of the skin are covered to stay warm. And don't forget your four-legged family members too. Make sure pets have enough water and feed them a little more than usual. Cold weather requires more calories.
Maybe a sweater or a coat would be a good idea for those short-haired dogs. Maybe forego a bath.
Make sure your pipes will make it through by using insulation or shut the water off and let pipes drain. If a pipe freezes, never use fire to thaw out the pipe. That can cause an explosion. Take precautions with plants by taking potted plants indoors if possible, or by covering them to insulate against the freezing temperatures. And make sure you're not leaving your space heater on. Fire officials in the valley say a fire can easily spark if heating appliances are left running for long periods of time and are left unattended.
You want to make sure to try to have them thoroughly inspected, meaning you as the consumer. You want to make sure the cords are not, there's no damage there. You want to make sure that they're in proper use.
And back out here live, as I said earlier, that snow is continuing to fall out here, and to just kind of show you just how expansive the snow is, go ahead and take a look here at the ground. You can definitely kick it up and even pick it up here as well. You can even see some people are having snowball fights, and like I said, they're taking those sleds and running down some of the hills here in this park. But as I said earlier, that winter weather advisory, that is in effect right now. So let's send things over to 13 First Alert meteorologist Darren Miller. Darren, what does this mean for the valley?
Well, it's usually issued by the National Weather Service, and when that's issued, it means that we're going to see accumulating snow like you just showed us that leads to driving hazardous conditions, and that's why yesterday the National Weather Service actually issued the winter weather advisory for the mountains, and then when we knew today when it was issued for Las Vegas Valley, that gave us a good indication that we might see some snow tonight on the radar. So there's a live look outside. Here's the winter weather advisory in effect until tomorrow at 4 a.m. for the mountains, Spring Mountains, also for Las Vegas, all the way down towards Searchlight, because we knew we'd see accumulating snow, and you can see it's actually out there right now. So here's a look at the radar. Most of this is rain off towards the east here, all back towards the west. This is all snow. It's been piling up towards Mount Charleston all day, down towards Blue Diamond. And you zoom in a little bit closer here. You can see the dividing line here between the freezing weather back towards the west. So you can see it's still snowing right now in Summerlin up towards Centennial Hills. The key here is this is all part of an airflow pressure that's sitting right down to the south. And what it's doing, this moisture is wrapping around it counterclockwise and pulling some of this moisture back down from the north down to the south. And that's why this really won't taper off, not in the next hour, probably won't taper off until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, because there's moisture here, this low is here, and it's wrapping around and pulling all this snow back into the valley. And that's why we're going to call for it to last at least another 5 to 6 hours. So here's a look at the futurecast right here at 11 o'clock. You see the blue here. Snow is falling right now in the Las Vegas Valley. By 1 a.m., you still see it's there because the low is down to the south. By 3 a.m., we've still got it on the radar here. It's really not going to be until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning we start to see it begin to taper off. Maybe around 5 or 6, it's still there. And then as we head towards the early morning hours, it begins to push up towards the east. So it's very cold outside right now. Most of it's kind of hovering in the 30s. When you've got the cold air in place, you've got the moisture on the radar, and that's why you get the snow event here. Coming up in the next half hour or so, we'll take a look at the 70 forecast and tell you just when we're going to get rid of all the snow and the cold air in place. It's going to be at least a week. We'll have the details on that in a few minutes. Nina, back to you for right now.
All right, thank you, Darren. Now let's check out this tweet from the National Weather Service Las Vegas. So this is a report from social media around the area on how much snow we have gotten. So first one, we do have Summerlin West, where they got about up to 2 inches of snow. You actually just saw Austin Carter live out there playing with the snow. He was able to make a snowball, so that tells you a lot already. Summerlin South and Mountain's Edge, about 1 inch of snow. Central Valley and Henderson, less than an inch of snow out there, and Kingman, Arizona, 1 to 2 inches of snow. Also joining in the mix is, of course, Boulder City, less than an inch of snow. So pretty much all across the valley, we are seeing a lot of snowfall. And speaking of seeing a lot of snowfall, here are some videos that you sent over to our newsroom. We are getting a lot of videos from you guys on our social media, flooding us on Facebook and Twitter, and of course we appreciate that. Also, those of you sending videos to our newsroom via email, and this one actually came from our assignment editor Maddie. So check out this light snow in Inspirada today. Just take a look at that. You wouldn't even think that this is Las Vegas because people don't usually think about Las Vegas and snow except maybe Mount Charleston or Lee Canyon, but here we are right now. Well, of course, again, keep sending us your pictures and videos on our KTNV Facebook page. And remember, we are your first alert weather station, so make sure to download our 13 Action News app. The weather section has an interactive radar, temperatures and conditions throughout the day. It is, of course, free in Google Play and also in the App Store.